Are you an early stage entrepreneur who finds that you go into pitch competitions or meetings with investors and they tell you you've the seed of an idea, but they just don't have the buy in for you, or you always almost get it, but you don't quite win that competition you wanted to? My name is Margaret Izard Oskoui. I'm a voice expert and coach, and I'm here to help teach you how to use your voice to work for you. So many times we talk to entrepreneurs who come to us saying, I have a great idea, and for some reason, I'm just not getting that investment I'm looking for. They have gone and they've gotten coached by an incredible pitch expert who has gone through their deck, helped them write out their script, and made their presentation A plus. And yet they still aren't quite making the cut. So they go, they get a new pitching outfit, they get a haircut, they style everything, and it still isn't quite right. And that's when they meet us. You have so little time to make an impression, whether it's during a pitch competition or whether you are pitching to potential investors. And what we have learned through our research and through experience is that how you say your pitch matters more than what it is that you're saying, because investors are buying into you. They are buying into you as a founder, and they are buying into their belief that you will get them the return on their investment. It's kind of brutal, isn't it? That you might not actually be and probably aren't a professional speaker or a professional performer. And yet that's how you're going to get the funding you need to make your company grow. Maybe you're an engineer who put together a product that you're passionate about because it's something you would use every day at work. Or you're a parent who found a hole in the market because you couldn't find exactly what you needed to help your child. Maybe you're a teacher who created some platform so that teachers and students could have a more effective workplace and learning environment. And yet you're expected to fund your company by performing for 30 seconds to 10 minutes, depending, right? In order to get that yes. And that's difficult and it can be intimidating for so many people. So, how do we go about doing that? First, you have to learn your voice. You have to understand how your voice works. So, if we were to break this down into 4 steps, step 1 would be learn your voice and learn how to use your voice consistently. So often when we get nervous, our voice starts to maybe get breathy or maybe higher pitched, or maybe it starts to get a little bit shaky, right? That happens to so many of us. I know I start talking really fast, right? But we want to make sure we get to know our voice so that when we are nervous, we have a foundation to come back to. Learn your process. Take that first chunk of learning time to learn the process to make your voice exactly how you want it to sound. The second step to learning how to use your voice for a really impactful pitch is learning the vocal characteristics that will actually get you the yes. What are the vocal characteristics that research tells us will get you that yes from investors or yes from the panel of judges at a pitch competition? Those characteristics include your speed, inflection, volume, resonance, right? All of these different vocal characteristics that you want to pay attention to and focus on. The third thing you want to do to have a really impactful pitch is speech diagramming. This is where you take that pitch script that you worked so hard on, that is so good, and you go through and you decide exactly where you want to pause, exactly what words are most important that you want to accentuate and how you're going to accentuate those words. Because if I say that I am the co-founder and CEO of Peacock Voices, that tells a different story than I am the co-founder and CEO of Peacock Voices, which tells a different story from I am the co-founder and CEO of Peacock Voices, which tells a different story from I'm the co-founder and CEO of Peacock Voices, right? So depending on what words you accentuate and show off and showcase, that changes what your listener pays attention to and adds value to. And if you only have a short amount of time to keep people's attention to really get their buy-in, you don't want any room for misinterpretation. You want to make sure that they know exactly what your intent is with every single word. The fourth and final step to making your pitch hyper effective is to practice. Like we discussed earlier, there's a strong chance you're not a professional performer or a professional public speaker. Practice makes perfect. Nerves are going to mess with everybody, and I've never met a single human being who didn't get nervous. If you don't get nervous, let me know how you do it. Would love that secret. I myself get nervous all the time, but nervous energy is energy, and energy is a life force of sound. So actually, that energy is really beneficial. And the more practice you have and the more perfected and finely tuned your presentation is or your pitch is, the more effective you're going to be every single time you walk into pitch for a competition or potential investors. At the end of all this work, hopefully what you have and what we would expect you to have is a really consistent and engaging and specific pitch that will allow for you to get the financing you need to let your ideas blossom into a fully fledged company. As always, I hope this was interesting. I hope you learned something new. And for all of you entrepreneurs out there, if you are interested in doing a deep dive into this work, I want to guide you to our website, to our Pitch Virtuoso online course. It is designed just for you and just for pitching, and will take you step by step with exercises and techniques that we just went through for all of those 4 different categories to allow you to walk out of that time with a very powerful pitch. If you want to learn more about how your voice can help make your pitch stronger, I would encourage all of you entrepreneurs watching right now to head over to our website at www.peacockvoices.com and check out our online course called Pitch Virtuoso. In this course, we actually give exercises and techniques for each stage that I discussed earlier on in this video, so that by the end of this course, you are actually able to deliver an incredible pitch to either judges at a pitch competition or to potential investors, so you can get that yes.